Guys, what's up? It is Doug and welcome to a very special edition of Haul and Wax, a very special Halloween edition of Haul and Wax. This is my 2019 Kringle Candle Halloween haul. So before I get going on this, if you want to know some of the backstory for Kringle Candle Halloween and why so many people were excited for this release, which they were a limited edition pre-order that went up a couple months ago actually at this point. I actually just got my candles here. I'm filming in early September. And it took a while for them to come out, but early July is when the pre-order went up. And if you're wondering why so many people are excited about this, I did a video a little while back that talked about the 4 original Kringle Candle Halloween scents, Halloween candles from a few years ago, and kind of the cult status they've all achieved, why so many are excited about them, and just why the hoopla around Kringle for Halloween. So if you're wondering about that, check that video out. I'll put a link in the description. And that was a fun one to do. So all those scents are back, by the way, those 4, and Kringle went nuts and released a ton of new ones. So some of these scents were actually teased last year, 2018. We had thought Witch's Cauldron was going to come back out, and then they showed off, Kringle showed off some new art, some new concept art for candles that we all thought were going to come out. Turns out they didn't. Nothing happened last year in 2018, but the floodgates opened for 2019. So I went crazy because I love the previous Kringle Halloween collection. I have the video on it, and I've talked about it ad nauseum on my channel, Spooky Villages. I've talked about it in all the groups, Instagram. I'm always singing Kringle Candles Halloween collection praises because Witch's Cauldron, which you're going to see here, is my favorite candle of all time. Not Halloween, it's my favorite candle. And it came back. I've got it in both forums, Country and Kringle. Excited to talk about that. And I'm just jacked, guys. I'm jacked. I'm sorry if I'm going to be a little rambly here. It's probably going to be a longer video. I've got 9 candles to talk about. So a funny thing actually happened, though, with my order. I ordered Wolfsbane from Kringle Candle because that one was coming back this year. And Kringle actually screwed up my order. And they actually sent me a wolf pup instead of Wolfsbane. No, I mean, seriously, though, look at this guy. This is my new buddy, Gunther. He's our new puppy. As of the filming of this, I wanted to show him off here for last week, but I figured this was a good opportunity to do it. Gunther here is, as the filming of this, he is 9 weeks old, and he is primarily a miniature husky. He's mixed with a couple other things, but he's mainly mini husky. He's adorable. As you can see his eyes here, he's split eyes. He's got a brown eye and he's got a blue eye. And this fella is very, very sweet. Come here, buddy. You can look at the camera. You can look at the camera. He's not going to look at the camera now. He's very sweet. My family loves him. And I just wanted to introduce him. You're probably going to see him from time to time. I can't get a real wolf, but he's the next best thing. All right, guys, on to the candles actually here. All right, so this collection has some absolute all-stars in it, some of the best-in-class Halloween candles you're going to get, at least scent-wise, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to save them kind of for last. I'll work up from the ones I'm least excited about to the most excited about. I can tell you, though, this is a very fun collection, all of them. Kringle did not mail this in. Some of the companies for Halloween, which I get why they do this, but they take their regular scents and they relabel them with, spooky labels. As far as I know, Kringle hasn't done this here. These are all unique scents, or at least ones I'm not familiar with from them, and I am pretty experienced with Kringle Candle in Country. I have tried most of their candles in one form or the other. Not going to say that all of them aren't dupes. Maybe I missed one, but for the most part, these seem like original scents to me, and kudos to them for doing it, especially with the packaging, presentation, everything top notch. And I know that you can't get these right now because they were limited edition pre-order. I did my pre-order like 5 minutes after they went up because I had been waiting on them. I love Kringle Candle Halloween, and I was jacked for these. But even though you can't get them for this season, I would be shocked if some of these don't come back next season. I think what happened was Kringle just didn't really know how to gauge the interest correctly. They got burned before. I talk about it in my other Kringle Halloween video where I talk about the older collection, so I won't go too much into that. But I think they just didn't know how to play it really, and they got blown away by the reception, so that's why they sold out quick. And I think next year, I'd just be shocked with the reception of these if they don't come back later. So, all right, guys, now on to the candles. Black Cat is where we're going to start at here. So, pretty wild scent. I love the label on this. It's gray. I like the gray and not the black. It looks very good with the neon green, actually. And this green wax here, in the Country Candle here, it looks like toxic waste or like a witch's potion. And they really could call this witch's potion instead of Black Cat because it's the hardest to talk about. You get a cinnamon here, it's an odd cinnamon. It's not necessarily red hot. It's not necessarily bakery either. It's this weird cutting cinnamon. It's very, very strong. And that's the top note. Underneath it is very tough though. It's almost like a fresh, cleaner kind of vibe. A cinnamon fresh cleaner. It's wild. And to me, again, it could be called magic potion because it's something like what I'd imagine what a witch's potion would actually smell like if it wasn't toxic or if it wouldn't hurt you, of course. It's wild. This isn't one I'm really interested to burn. I like what they did here. I like because it's interesting. Again, it's not something I really want to burn though. This one here I plan to just keep on the shelf because it looks fantastic. It's a wild scent. It's interesting. It's not one though that I think is necessarily overtly Halloween. You could really take it there with kind of the witch's potion idea, but it's not that great of a scent to me, at least to burn. But it's interesting. And it looks fantastic. It's going to be make a nice piece of decor, a nice piece of my collection, really. I like collecting Halloween candles, so this one, that's what's going to stay in the collection. I don't plan to burn this one. Moving on down the line, guys, we have Sleepy Hollow. Look at that beautiful label. The Headless Horseman in a graveyard at night in the full moon there. Purple wax, gorgeous. Just, I love the presentation on this. All these candles just look fantastic. Another tough one. This one, I suppose it's a bit easier to talk about. So this one is lavender. I get a powdered lavender here. And the lavender also has, it's a sweetness. I don't remember what the notes are on this whenever I bought it. I remember it was something sweet though with the lavender. It was some kind of a bakery thing or like a honey or something. I forget exactly what it was. It's been a while since I've seen the notes, but it's a sweet powdered lavender. Again, it's nice, it's interesting. This isn't really that Halloween-ish to me, but I don't know where dried, the dried powdered lavender, how that makes you feel. Sweetness also on top of it. I don't know how you'll necessarily feel about this one. Again, I don't plan to burn this one. This one is going to stay on my shelf as decor and as an interesting kind of conversation scent or conversation piece if someone ever wants to smell it. But again, it's cool to have in the collection. It's interesting. It's different. It's a different kind of scent. Is this one a great Halloween scent? I don't really think so, but I'm happy I bought it. It'll be a nice piece, again, for my Halloween collection. I don't plan to burn it, though. All right, guys, moving down the line. Country Candle Zombie Night, another great label, a great wax color. It's like that greenish blue wax. It goes along with the label very well. So this one is, it reminds me of something very specific and very unique. I was trying to think what it was. Strong. This is a floral note. You have a very strong floral note. It's like, I get like a jasmine or really multiple florals here. It's like sort of being around like a flower shop or bouquet or something. If you stick your nose in it, it's just a bunch of different flowers. It's just a general strong floral note. But there's a musk here. Almost like an air freshener style musk. And what it reminds me of is going into like a funeral home, specifically an older funeral home, and flowers at the funeral. And I know that that's morbid, that's macabre. Hey, these are Halloween candles, give me a break. That's what it reminds me of though. Flowers at the funeral parlor. They could have called it that as well. And is it something I would burn? I don't think I'm gonna burn this one either. This one doesn't smell bad. Really, none of them smell bad. They're just kind of wild, and there's something I don't necessarily want to burn, these first three I've talked about. But it's very, very unique. And again, I think it's Halloweenish. Again, it's macabre. Flowers at the funeral parlor. They could have called it that one. So another no burn for me, but I'm going to keep this in my collection. So let's get into the ones here now. We're bumping up a tier. From here on out, these are fantastic Halloween scents, and I cannot wait to burn them. So let's talk about the next one. Candy corn. Look at this. Beautiful label, beautiful wax color. I mean, this is like perfect. And this one here, it's very reminiscent of the previous Kringle Candle Corn that I had. I think Kringle Corn is actually what it was called too in candle form. Very, very nice. This is an amazing candy corn scent. So it's not true candy corn though to me. And I should say, I did not buy the Kringle jar of this. It also came in the Kringle version. But compared to the old one, it's pretty close to the old one, in my opinion, the old Kringle corn, whatever you want to call it. It's close, at least close enough to my nose. So what you get here, this is beautiful. It's a candy corn scent, but the difference to me in this one is that when you normally get a traditional candy corn, when you think of a traditional candy corn, you think of like that Brax kind of thing. This isn't that to me. This is more of like a high-end artisan batch candy corn. Like it's made in small batches. It's very vanilla heavy. It's very honey heavy. It smells fresher, almost like a bakery kind of treat versus just traditional candy corn. It's still candy corn to me. It's different. It's like artisan candy corn where versus Yankee and like Goose Creek that have a traditional like open your, stick your head into an open bag of Brax. That's not what this is to me. This is more bakery, more high-end, more like artisan style. It's a beautiful scent. I cannot wait to burn this one and see how this performs. So we will see, but it is beautiful. It is beautiful. This scent is awesome. They should always have this out for Halloween. They need to always have this for Halloween. All right, guys, this is Graveyard Night. We are into the Kringle candles now. These are the large limited edition painted black glass apothecary jars, the 2-wick. You can see here they're soy, normally paraffin. Normally Kringle does paraffin, white paraffin in their jars, but yeah, so this one here, Graveyard Night, the label looks stunning on it. The eyes here are like reflective. They look amazing. Really, all these Kringle jars look stunning, but this is the one I was actually probably least excited about because it's listed, it was listed as, pumpkin, so I figured, oh great, it's a pumpkin candle, and there are so many of those now. It's not that I dislike pumpkin, it's just I figured this was going to be their traditional pumpkin spice, normal kind of bland one. It's like, great, why'd they put this cool looking label? Why'd they put it on, a basic scent? Surprise though, it is not. This is a beautiful scent. I get, of course, pumpkin guts in it. It's not a super pumpkin spice though candle, not a very spicy candle. I get really nice pumpkin clove and some citrus. It's actually reminiscent of Harry Slatkin, the Homeworks Autumn Pumpkin, which is a great scent. It's different though. It's a little more, I won't say it's better because that's a really good scent, but it is slightly different. This is a great scent. Again, if this was out, normally released, I haven't tried any of the mainline pumpkin scents, so apologies if it does exist, but I don't think it does. But if this were to come out normally, I think this would be the one that a lot of folks would like because this is an inviting bakery scent. Again, it's beautiful pumpkin, like orange citrus clove. It's very, very nice. They did a very, very nice job on this. It is not just a basic pumpkin candle, and again, with that label on it, it looks spectacular. I will burn this. I'm going to be burning this one. Yes, it's going to suck to light these up, these limited edition ones, because I know these are collector's items, but hey man, I buy these to burn. The reason the country ones I'm not going to light, some of the ones that I talked about, is because those scents aren't really ones that I would necessarily want to burn, so I'll keep those as collector's editions. Those scents aren't that great in my opinion, but something like this is fantastic. I'm going to burn it. We'll see how it performs, but Graveyard Night, really, really nice. It's not just a basic pumpkin scent. Guys, now we are at the candles that these are absolutely top-notch and amazing. These next ones that I've got here, which are the last ones. So it's alive. It's another one of the rare, limited edition Kringles that they did. And this scent, this is amazing. This is beautiful. This should always be out in the Halloween line. This is how to do an elegant Halloween candle that is spooky, but still inviting, in my opinion. This smells slightly piney, but it's a sweet pine. I get notes of grass. I get earthy notes. It smells like, well, let's just call it what it is here. It smells like a graveyard, right? That's what the vibe they're going for. It's not super scary, I suppose, but when you get in the mindset of it's a graveyard, of course, that by itself is spooky. It is very, very nice, though. I love this. There's a slight muskiness to it as well. Again, it smells like a graveyard. This is beautiful. I'm going to burn this one. I cannot wait to burn this one. This should always be in the lineup. And again, with that looks spooky. Of course, I mean, it's a zombie coming out of the ground, basically out of a gravesite. It looks spooky, but I think it looks elegant. The scent is very, very well done. That pine is nice. It's a sweet pine, grass, outdoors, earthiness. It's a graveyard. It smells fantastic. Well done, Kringle. This is awesome. Guys, this is Haunted House. This is absolutely amazing. This is the star of the collection, or at least it would be if the other two candles didn't exist that you probably think, and you're probably right, in which ones I'm going to show last here next, which they're two of the same. But Haunted House, this is amazing. When this was, announced, I didn't know what to make of it because the notes, one side of the notes, there are 2 pages of notes. One of them said that it was actually going to be like a coffee shop kind of scent. The other said like dark pine and other things, and I was like, okay, it has to be the pine one, right? It is. I mean, the label on this is as good as you're going to see from a Halloween candle. It looks amazing. So the scent on it though, what is it? As much as I don't want to burn this because it's limited edition, this has to come back, and I don't care. I have to burn this candle, whether it comes back or not. This smells like a spooky old house in the woods. I get like dust, I get old wood, and then I get like the forest outside, like a pine, but it's a different pine. It's not as sweet a pine as in the It's Alive candle. It's just tremendous. It's tremendously spooky, and you know what? I don't want to go on too far on this candle because I want to burn this. I want to get it in the air, and I want to talk about it then after it's burned. But let me tell you, absolutely astounding fragrance. This is beautiful. It smells like a haunted house, or at least what I would imagine a haunted house to smell like. Fantastic, and it looks great. And I cannot wait to burn this and do a post-burn review on this one. So it's gonna be hard to light this one up, but I'm going to do it. So, all right, guys, that leaves one fragrance left. Yes, you knew this had to go last, right? This is Witch's Cauldron. I have both the country candle version and the Kringle version of it, and this is my favorite candle. I mean, bottom line, it's my favorite candle. It's not a scent I would want to burn all the time necessarily, but it's still my favorite candle for what the memories invoke. This is Halloween to me. I've got the previous version of it, and I had burned it only on Halloween, and so it really is special to me. That means it's Halloween when I burn this. Now, it's going to be interesting because I have more of it now, so I don't have to ration it. So I'm still going to wait till October to burn this, though, because for me, I don't want to use this earlier. This is an October-only candle for me, and I'll tell you, the big guy here, the limited one, I'm not going to burn this one probably. I'm going to probably keep this just for collection. It's the one I won't, because I have the paraffin one here, the country one, and I can tell you from trying both of these, I'm going to have to put one down. I can't just open one of them. I don't want to risk dropping one here. Yeah, I mean, they smell exactly alike to me, and they smell like Witch's Cauldron. I was afraid this formula was going to change or be wacky. No, smells the same to me. I won't spend a bunch of time on this because this video is already getting long, and I've talked about Witch's Cauldron in my previous Kringle video when I talked about the 4 scents, because this one was around before, and I'm going to do an in-depth burn review of this and compare it to the old one, and I'm going to do that as my Halloween video. So that's going to be my big review. I don't want to get too much into it. There's more I want to say, but this smells like Halloween to me. Smoke, burning embers, earthiness, leaves, firewood. It's like freshly doused, put out firewood, smoke wafting in the air. This is a very spooky scent. It's not inviting, but it's amazing. I love this scent. And again, I'm going to talk more about it ad nauseum, so I don't want to go too deep into it. I did talk about it previously, and I'm going to talk about it more. It's going to be my Halloween post-review video, but this is going to be the one that I burn right here. The 2-wick paraffin of it, you can see here, it smells very potent on cold, but both jars smell the same to me, and they smell the same as the old one. So I was very, very happy that that one did not change, at least to my nose. So we'll see post-burn what it's like, but Witch's Cauldron, it's back, baby. I love it. This should always be out. All right, guys, you with me still? That is my haul. That's all the ones I got. Yeah, guys, some of these are gimmicky scents, you know, particularly some of the countries I was talking about, country candles, but some of these are also amazing. It's just a great Halloween collection, and some of the Kringles in particular, they have to come back out, and I'd be shocked if they don't. I mentioned in the beginning of the video, but guys, I'm sure that some of these are going to come back, especially some of the Kringle line. I know just seeing online, a lot of people are jacked about like Haunted House and It's Alive, and they have to come back, right? They've all sold so well that I'd be shocked if they didn't come back, because they sold out like immediately pretty much. So, all right, guys, hey, thank you so much for watching this. I cannot wait to get burning on these. Again, you're not going to see post-burn reviews of all of these. Some of these I'm not going to burn. I'm just going to keep because they really don't seem worth burning to me. They'd be better off just in my collection. But you are going to see me burn the Kringle ones. You'll see post-burn reviews probably in October on these, because I'm not going to rush these. I'm just not. There's no reason to. It's not like they're available right now to buy anyways. So I'm hoping that in the future these come back and you can use these videos, those post burns, as kind of reference for, you know, when they do come back. But hey, if you did get them, let me know below what you guys think, and be sure to check out Shane, the Candle Enthusiast, and my friend Brett, Philly Candleman, as I know they do have videos on these. And hopefully there's other videos out there, you know, for others wanting to get their impressions on these scents, because they are very interesting. They're very conceptual, most of them. I'm sure different people have different opinions. So, hey, all right, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And thank you, Kringle, for bringing these back. I know this must have been a pain in the butt to do this limited pre-order thing, but I'm very, very happy they came back. I feel it was money very well spent on my part. This was expensive, but you know what? I trick-or-treated myself to these. So thank you guys very much, and I will see you soon.